What's up, guys? It's been a long time since we posted a video. Just want to give you guys an update on what we have been up to. I know a lot of you guys have been asking. So this is our setup here currently. We have a portion of this warehouse space available here for us to use. This basically is a warehouse used for deployment and stuff. So this section is ours here, and we are open to the public. You guys just message us and you guys can come by and pick up your miners. So just kind of give you guys a walkthrough. We're just 3D printing some stuff. As you guys know, if we can, we supply some free gifts. And over here we have Issa here. He does all the testing. So since now we've got things more streamlined, especially with the higher price units, we go ahead and test every single item that comes in to make sure that they're hashing correctly, efficiencies are looking good, power supplies are good. So we're trying to get everything as streamlined as possible to make sure once they arrive to you guys that there's no issues whatsoever. In the rare cases that there are issues, we got you guys covered because we have a 90-day warranty. So this is our stock levels currently, kind of go through what we have here. So today's video, a couple of things I want to address in terms of the Titan and also the 801 that we have. The prototype version here, we're going to be overclocking this to see what we can get it to. I know you guys are going to be interested in that. So quickly, just want to talk about the Titan. So the Titan, I'm sure you guys seen, there's some other vendors out there that are claiming to have the Titan. And just a heads up, it's not really a Titan. And the reason why I say that is because I came up with the name Titan. So the Titan doesn't mean it's, that's not the name of the board. It's not the name of the device. This is called a Nerd Octaxe. This is the revision 3.1 double Q. This is the 9.6 terahash version, which is the revision 2.3 board. So this one is rated at 9.6 terahashes. It is not the overclock version. You can see it does not have rear fans in the back. So you might be thinking, yes, there are other or different suppliers or vendors that have rear fans in the back. So why is it not a Titan? So I called it the Titan because the way that this product was set up, these two fans in the back channels air through the side here. So it can not only cool the top, but the bottom of the PCB. I'll tell you another difference between the Titan and the other vendors that are claiming that it's the Titan. This has an actual LilyGo screen. As you can see, the other vendors don't. This has the snowman fan, which the other vendors don't. And the biggest thing is right here. This is the Meanwell power supply. You guys already know this is an upgraded device. And if you guys see the other Titans that are being offered from other manufacturers, they're those little brick style ones with the fan in the back. Those ones, obviously I had the option of carrying that too, but as you guys know, there's downsides to that. It has exposed terminals. Not everybody likes that because they have kids and they don't want to have any potential for electric shocks. Another reason why I did not carry that device, obviously it's a lot cheaper, is that it's not UL certified. So as you can see, this product here right here has UL certification. It's a genuine Meanwell product. A UL certification is not like 100% required, but it's the standard. It means that it's been independently tested and verified that this product does not have a risk of shock or fires or anything like that. So yes, we had the option of, to be honest, cheaping out and going the cheaper route with a power supply that is obviously not as expensive, that's not UL certified, not going with the actual LilyGo screen. But we didn't. So they're claiming that, hey, other vendors are charging $200 extra, but they're leaving out the fact that, this power supply is probably 4 or 5 times more expensive than the one that they're providing. The stand that they have does not cover the entire rear side, so it doesn't channel air all the way down to the bottom. The fans are not the same. The screen is not the same. So, they're claiming that they have it, but they don't, because I came up with the name Titan. So it's funny that they're calling it the Titan, although it's not really the Titan. It's a Nerd Octaxe revision 3.1, and I just added Titan to the end because of all the upgrades I added to it. So yeah, anyways, just wanted to let you guys know about that. I'll kind of show you the showcase here. If you guys do want to come by, you're more than welcome to see the miners that we have here.
This is obviously a Rev 6.1 with the XT30 connector. This is the 703 4.2 terahash. These are super popular. People love these. This is just the standard 4.8, which, you know, we're not carrying anymore currently. We may bring it back later in the future. It's another 9.6 down there. Here's the GT800. These, I have a few of these left. If anybody wants it, you guys can privately message me, but the GT801 is out now. That allows a firmware upgrades, but I don't know, it's kind of like a cult following with this. There's a lot of people that like the 800s better for some reason. But yeah, so I have maybe 3 left, 4 left. So if you guys do want an 800, message me. Here's the 601s, and here's the 403s with only 0.7 terahash. These are great beginner miners to set up. This is a 4.8 terahash NerdQX++. It's not the revision 3.1. And there's another octax there. So we'll kind of just show you here. So we got the 403 set up here. We got 601s here. Here's some GT800s if you guys do want. 703s, we're restocking on these soon. Kind of go around to this side. We got some 4.8 hydros. We got a whole bunch of Rev 6.1s here. And Titans. So I know you guys are probably... Also, another thing, the Titans, they are sold out probably until mid-March. The reason why is factories are going on a 1.5-week holiday in China. And on top of that, the power supplies, since they're not widely available, they're essentially custom made for the Titans. It takes pretty long to get them manufactured. So there's no way around it. You know, I tried my best, but the soonest I'm probably going to have the Rev 6. Not the Rev 6.1, the Titans back in stock with the Meanwhile power supply is going to be around mid-March. So they said, you know, March 15th to March 20th. But I did order a whole bunch of them without any power supplies. So if you guys do have other Meanwhile power supplies, like the industrial server type style ones that have the fans built in, I'm going to include the XT60 connector and the leads that you can plug directly into your own power supply. Those are available on the website. Those have already cleared customs, and I think they're arriving tomorrow or the next day. So if you guys do want a Titan without a power supply, they're available both in RGB and non-RGB. So you can order those and use your own power supply. I got you on the leads. All you guys need is the actual power supply and the 3-prong connector to hook it up to the wall outlet. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to let you guys know what the status is and what we've been doing here so far. So we're trying to, you know, get things going here as streamlined as possible to make sure all the items arrive to you. And another reason why these are not for sale is, you know, obviously you learn things. So in the beginning, when I had pre-orders, you know, I would sell them out and then ship them out. But, you know, I've come to realize it's not a good idea to sell all of your pre-orders. You should hold some back. The reason why is because, yeah, we test all the units. Once in a while, there may be a unit that's faulty, a power supply is faulty, or it's just, you know, one of the ASIC chips is underperforming, so we don't want to send that out. And then those people in that pre-order are going to be now pushed to the next pre-order. So it's kind of, you know, a lesson that we've learned. So I've learned not to sell out the entire pre-order, to hold back, like, depending on how many we order, you know, a few percent, 3, 4, 5 of them, just in case there are issues or for warranty. I don't want to make you guys wait till like the next batch. So that's something we're implementing currently to make that better for everybody. So the warranty process will be much smoother. But yeah, the main point of this video is going to be the Bitaxe GT Turbo 801. This is a prototype version. I had a small batch for sale. That one went out. The next batch, same thing, is going to be around probably early to mid-March. The reason why is because same thing, factories are going on holiday for a week and a half, so that's going to cause some delays. But I got these really competitively priced. So if you don't know, these have 2 BM1370 chips, same thing as a Gamma 601. Each chip at stock clock settings is about 1 terahash, 1.05 terahash. So these will, out the box, do about 2.15 terahash. Some of you guys might be wondering why is the GT Turbo 801 doing less hashing power than the 800s, the prototype versions? Well, the reason is what the factory sets the clock settings at out of the box. So these ones can reach the 2.4 terahash, the GT801s can reach the 2.4 terahash, just like the 800s. but it's just out of the box. The factory is, setting them at lower clock settings. And, I don't want to promise 2.4 terahash, you guys plug it in, because not everybody knows about overclocking. So I have to take into consideration that there's also people that are new to this hobby. So when they pull out the 801 and they plug it in, it's doing 2.15 terahash versus 2.4 terahash. Sometimes people get upset wondering why it's underperforming. They might leave a bad review, but they don't understand it's just the clock settings. So on the website, it shows 2.15 terahash for the GT800. I'm sorry, for the GT801. And like I said, that's just because that's the out of the box settings. You can easily raise the frequency and clock settings to get that to 2.4 terahash. But yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. We'll go ahead and get to the Axe OS, and we are going to push this GT801 to the absolute limit and see what it does. So currently, out of the box, 2.15 terahashes, 39.8 watts. Input voltage is doing 12.6. Currently, the ASIC frequency is set to 525, and the measured ASIC voltage is going to be 1150. So let's go ahead and start by just setting this fan to the absolute maximum. And the fan on this is actually super quiet. I had the manufacturer put on something quieter, so when this is running at stock clock settings, it is very quiet. Right now, this is at maximum. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but it's not too loud at all. So at stock clock settings, we're at 18.2 joules per terahash. We got the fan up, 54 degrees Celsius, 53 and 56 degrees Celsius on the ASIC chip. Voltage regulator temperature, 44 degrees Celsius. So we are using the stock power supply. The stock power supply is rated at 6 amps at 12 volts. So 6 amps at 12 volts. How you find the wattage, you just do 6 times 12. So that's going to be 72 watts. So this power supply can handle up to 72 watts, but obviously you don't want to push a power supply to 100% load. You only want to push it to about 80% load. So this is going to be just a test. I don't recommend you guys to overclock on stock power supplies. Upgrade your power supplies if you guys want to do that. This is just for the video. If the power supply dies or the miner dies, that's totally fine with me. I'm supervising it. I'm not going to let it run like this forever. We're doing this for testing purposes. So let's go ahead and go into settings. We will first start by going up to 550 on the frequency, and we are going to leave the core voltage the same. Let's go back to dashboard, and we're just going to wait here for a second and see what happens. So immediately we have bumped up to 2.23 terahashes. Efficiency is a little bit better, 17.2 joules per terahash. We are at 39.5 watts currently. ASIC temps are still low. Voltage regulator temp is at 41. These devices do not have fans on the rear, but it seems that the VR temps stay relatively cold. All right, 2.23. So we're just gonna go up to the next level. Let's go to 600. And we're gonna slowly raise the frequency until we see like instability, or we see that the hash rate drops, or the rejection rate or the errors are really high, which doesn't seem like it's happening yet. We're at 0.22% error rate, 2.37 terahashes per second. So the power right now is at 42.2 watts. Remember, the 72 watts is going to be 100% load on this power supply. Once again, don't run your power supplies at 100%. This is just for testing purposes. So we're at 2.47 terahashes per second, 2.5 terahashes per second. So currently, I believe these are listed on the website at $159. So it's actually good value for the money, since it has 2 ASIC chips. So these are actually going to be cheaper per terahash compared to just getting 2 Bitaxe Gamma 601s. So let's see if it stabilizes. So yeah, it's hovering around, I would say 2.3 to 2.5 terahashes. Let's go ahead and bump it up even more. Let's go to, well, you know what? So for this device, I don't think you guys can see the top of my screen, but what you do is after the URL, you put a /OC for overclock, and then that will open up this message here. On some devices, you are going to see on the top right, there's like a warning symbol where you can unlock custom overclock settings, but on certain devices like Bitaxes, you have to do this. So let's just go to 675 and just see what happens. We're leaving the core voltage the same. Let's just see what happens. This might be too much for it, or I guess not. So we're doing 2.79 terahashes per second. Error rate still seems very low. We're at 16.5 joules per terahash, 46 watts. 2.76. All right, let's bump it up even higher. Let's just go straight to 700. We haven't increased the core voltage yet at all. So once we see some instability, we're gonna go ahead and bump that up. We're at 47.5 watts. We're at 2.87 terahashes. The error rate is still low. Pretty impressive. 2.92 terahashes. Temperatures are 57 degrees Celsius on the first ASIC, 60 on the second one. If you guys don't know, ASIC chips are meant to be run hot. Optimal temperatures are, anywhere from 60 to 65 degrees or 55 to 65 degrees Celsius. They actually have a lower error rate and they're more efficient when they're hotter. This is how they're designed. So voltage regulated temperature is still at 46 degrees Celsius, which is really good. This has not moved up much at all. So 47.8. So let's go ahead and go into the settings. Let's just go up to 750, see what happens. I know this is the type of content you guys want to see how far you can push your devices, but sometimes it can be scary because you don't want to damage your devices. So let's do it for you. All right, we are at 3 terahashes per second at the stock core voltage. We have not raised that yet at all, which is pretty crazy. So error rate is still good. We touched 3 terahashes earlier. We're at 50.5 watts. Let me feel the power supply. It's like lukewarm. It's not really hot at all. 3 terahashes per second. We're at 50 watts, 60 degrees Celsius, 64 degrees Celsius. VR temps is 49. Usually the VR temps are going to be the one that rises pretty fast, but pretty impressive how it's staying relatively cold. So we got 3 terahashes out of this device currently. Let's see how much further we can go before we damage this thing. 775 and 1150. That's pretty crazy. I haven't even raised the core voltage yet. Let's save this, see what happens. Let's keep an eye on the temps. We're at 65. Let's see, are we going to go higher in hash rate? This is the point where we might start needing a little bit more voltage into the system. Yeah, let's add a little bit of voltage because I didn't see too much of a jump. Well, I mean 3.09, 3.02. Yeah, at this point, let's go ahead and add a little bit of voltage. So as you guys know, we are basically pushing this thing to the max. So stay conservative with your guys' overclocking just for the longevity of your devices. It's not really recommended to like double, triple the hashing power, but it's always fun to see what the device can handle. 1.15 volts, 3.25 terahashes per second, 16.53 joules per terahash. We're at 53 watts. .2. So we're at 66 degrees Celsius on ASIC 2 and 62.5 on ASIC 1. We're at 50 degrees Celsius on the VR temp. We're at 53 watts. Man, this is pretty crazy. So 16.94 joules per terahash. Running stable. Look at the error rate, very low, no issue whatsoever. Here's each domain.
We're at 3.2. All right, we're gonna go even higher. Let's see what happens. Let's just go to 800. Let's move this to 1170. Let's see what happens. All right, we're at 3.2. Are we gonna be able to go any higher than this? 3.17, 55 watts. Creeping up in the ASIC temp, 68.8 degrees Celsius, 69 degrees Celsius. Doesn't look like the hash rate went up that well. 3.2, maybe not enough core voltage. So we're approaching 70 degrees Celsius. It's actually, and it's pretty cold here. It's probably like in this warehouse, maybe 65 degrees. It's not like super cold, but probably colder than what your guys's, garages or offices are. 3.26 terahashes. Error rate is low. 56 degrees. What's weird is the power supply is actually not getting that hot. But like I said, I don't recommend running these power supplies at such high load. Keep it at 80% or below, which is 72 watts. 69.5 degrees Celsius. All right, let's see what happens. Let's push this to 1170. Let's just do 1180. Let's keep it at 800. This is just like a good reference for you guys to know what's the limits on these devices. Let's see, does that make a difference? 3.25. And another thing I want to show you guys. So if we go to system, not system, what am I doing? Update. So if you guys see here, this is the latest version. So the GT 801, it does support the updates. But although I did hear that some people are starting to be able to update the GT 800s, I'm not exactly sure. I haven't looked into that too much, but somebody messaged me earlier saying that they modified something and they weren't having any issues. So yep, latest version, no issues there at all. So 3.25, here we go. High temperatures, 70 degrees. Is it gonna shut down? So 3.22 terahashes on this device. Let's see what we can do. Oh, it's maintaining 70 degrees Celsius. Let's just see what happens. Let's go higher. Has safety features built in. It should shut itself off. If it damages it, it damages it. It's worth it for the experiment. 3.34. High temp on the ASIC. What is a shut off on the ASIC temperature? That is going to be under system. Different devices, the UI just looks a little bit different. Where is this at? System. Is it not here on this device? Or am I just overlooking it? Okay, weird. I probably just passed it like 3 times, but anyways, what are we doing? 3.25. So it looks like we're kind of topping out at 3.3. 58 watts, 70 degrees Celsius on the ASIC chip. 3.4. Let's see, can we just get this to like 3.5 and then we'll bring it back down just to see what happens. Let's go. I know the temps are going to be high, but 1190 plus 840. This is probably going to be the limit right here. See what happens. Oh, 3.42. All right, let's see. High temperature, 72 degrees Celsius. But look at the VR temp, 55. That's really good. Yeah, so 3.5 terahash or 3.44 terahash per second. 3.36. So yeah, this does have overclocking capabilities. So obviously I'm pushing it to its like absolute limit, but a light overclock to 2.4, 2.5 is going to be perfectly fine. Look at that. It's almost hitting 3.5 terahash per second. 3.36. Yeah, that's basically going to be the limit, but just for fun. 875. 1200. 1220. Let's go. Device has overheated. 3.61 terahashes. There you go. So yeah, I mean, there normally is a way to raise this limit. Obviously you don't want to go too high to be damaging your device, but 3.61 terahashes per second on the GT 801. So that's pretty amazing. You know, people are always upgrading their devices. So if you put like maybe a, I don't know if the Pi 5 cooler fits, maybe with a Noctua fan or something crazier that can handle these types of overclocks. It would be a fun experiment to see if this can hit, you know, 4 terahashes and maintain it. So it didn't look like the VR temp was a limiting factor. It looked like the ASIC chip temperature was. So yep, we've hit the safety feature here to back off, and let's go ahead and revert this back to stock. All you do is you go to the bottom, you hit disable overclock, 525, and default is 1150. Wait, what did I do earlier? Did I accidentally type in 1120? Anyways, I mean, that's high enough. That's all right. So as you guys saw, this thing can be overclocked. Just be careful. You know, upgrade your power supply if you're doing any overclocking, although this power supply didn't really feel that hot. But yeah, overclocking, upgrade your power supply. But yeah, anyways, just kind of wanted to show you guys the capabilities of this new GT 801, which is updatable. We got them on the website currently for pre-order. It's going to be arriving early to mid-March for batch number 2. So go ahead and place your guys' orders, and I'll get them shipped out as soon as they arrive. Let me know if you guys have any. Oh, and one last thing, the Titan giveaway. So let me go ahead and do a little screen recording for you guys. We're going to pick the winner for the Titan giveaway. So I'm just going to end this screen recording here. All right, let's do a winner for the Nerd Octax Titan in 3, 2, 1. It's going to scan through the comments. 164. Let's pick a winner. Gers OR. Interested looking at the heat pipes on the cooler, outside pipes, doing the heavy lifting. Congratulations, brother. You just won the Titan. Please go ahead and message me on X or send me an email. Send a screenshot to prove that this is your YouTube account, and I will have the Titan shipped out to you. Let me know if you want an RGB or non-RGB. Thanks, guys.